Hello, my name is Julian Kimball, and I'm working with Lasya Ayagari, and we're presenting mechanical engineering.
So first of all, here's a short video about what mechanical engineering is.
Mechanical engineering brings together creativity and design with maths and physics to analyse and test the limits of products, processes and technologies. But what does this really mean? It's developing new low-emission forms of transport. It's advancing healthcare by developing medical devices to help us in old age. It's researching new materials to enhance the performance of existing and new products. It's inventing greener products and finding new ways to generate energy. Mechanical engineers are improving our quality of life. Are these things you want to achieve? You might become a mechanical engineer if you like combining maths and physics, analysing complex mechanical systems, undertaking practical tests and developing your ideas into usable products, being an entrepreneur and combining engineering and business. Studying mechanical engineering involves learning theory in lectures, applying what you learn in practical lab sessions, solving issues in problem classes with your peers, exploring new technologies, making and testing new machines, working in teams to solve engineering challenges, investigating the social and environmental impact of mechanical engineering. By doing these things, you'll gain more than mechanical engineering theory. You'll have skills in critical thinking, problem solving, creativity, project management, and business acumen. You can work in industries like product design, automotive and aerospace, healthcare, and green technology, preparing you to make an impact on the world sustainably.
So if you do end up getting a degree in mechanical engineering, like the video mentioned, you can work in aerospace. You can become an automotive engineer or a CAD technician. You can also be a contracting civil engineer or a control and instrumentation engineer, a maintenance engineer, or a mechanical engineer. So a college that has a good mechanical engineering program is MIT. So it's $73,000 for a full year, and this includes tuition, housing, and food costs, and a flight for a round trip from Boston to Arizona would be $253. And it accepts IB and AP credits, but not dual enrollment from community colleges. It has a 6.7% acceptance rate. One of its scholarships is the first year grant, and this is for first year students. It's $2,000 divided equally between the fall and spring semesters, which will credit a student account along with other financial aids once you are registered for the semester. And it's in an urban setting, and it's 168 acres. Some of its extracurriculars include, well, there's 450 extracurriculars, but some of them include an outing club, the solar electric vehicle team, the debate team, the FM local broadcasting station, the MIT Society for Women Engineers, the Student Art Association, Model UN, and interest groups focusing on dance, chess, ham radio, and strategic games. Just a few of them.
So requirements that MIT, states, and these are known ahead of time. And you need to take at least a year of high school physics, a year of chemistry, biology, and you need to be through calculus and maths. And you need 2 years of a foreign language, 4 years of English, 2 years of history, social studies, and you need to have done well in the SAT, ACT, essay writing section. So you need these tests in order to apply in the first place.
Here's a few essay prompts. There's obviously a lot, but a lot of them have to do with like your personal life. You kind of need to let MIT know how you express express yourself maybe, or how you are as a person. So instead of maybe telling them about all of your achievements in high school, you could save that for like, your actual application for your essay. You might want to let them know more about your personality.
So you can pause the video right now and read through them if you need. So now we're going to talk about the University of California, Berkeley. So first off, we're going to have to talk about this administrative stuff before we can get to the actual fun part. And so $39,876 per year. And this does include everything. If it doesn't include everything, then we'll let you know. For a round trip to Berkeley from Phoenix, $270. They offer AP, IB, and dual enrollment credits. So this means that community colleges as well. Acceptance rate is 14.8%. And the scholarships available are Berkeley Undergraduate Scholarship, and this is for undergrads, obviously, and then the middle class scholarship. It's on an urban area, so the campus itself is very urban. So it's in the city. It's a very large campus too, 1,232 acres.
And for the scholarships, you can't apply any other way than applying for the free application for federal student aid or the California Dream Act application. And middle class scholarships are aimed at making higher education more affordable for middle class income families, obviously. And extracurriculars include visual arts, performing arts, literature, film, and design. And here are some admission requirements for Berkeley. You must have completed the preliminary course requirements in high school. So those are the courses we mentioned for MIT. They're required for every college you go to almost. You also need at least a 3.0 GPA in these courses taken in the 10th and 11th grade. And you must either take the ACT or the SAT. And it's the same as it is for MIT. You need to take the writing section for the ACT or the SAT.
So here are some of Berkeley's essay prompts. We're not going to go through all of them, but a common theme that we can see among all of these schools is that they don't want to know exactly, hey, what's your grade? What's the highest grade you've gotten in a math test? They want to get to know you, and that's the point of all the essays in the first place. It's about your character and not as much grades or academics, though they are an important part. But in the essays, you want to focus on character. So a lot of them are about leadership, your creativity, special talents, things like that.
So this is an in-state university, University of Arizona, or U of A, and it costs $17,000 for a full year if you're in-state, which you are, obviously, and they accept AP, IB, and dual enrollment credits, and it has an 84.4% acceptance rate, and a college scholarship they have is Native American funding, which is if you happen to be Native American, or transfer tuition awards, and that's if you're a transfer student. So yeah.
So here are the admission requirements for U of A. So what you'll find is that a lot of them are pretty the same throughout all of the colleges. And English, 4 units a year, math, 4 units per year, science, 3 units per year, social study, 2 units per year, second language, 2 units per year. So what you'll also find is that English and math are highly stressed in all the admission requirements. And then normally history or social sciences and languages, those aren't as weighty in the calculations.
And this is another slide that kind of goes more into detail about U of A. So it's situated in Tucson, and it's kind of a mix of rural and urban. So if you like nature a lot, you'll have a lot of that. But if you also like, I guess, the city life, you'll have a little bit of that as well. And there's a lot of extracurriculars in U of A. There's more than MIT. And some of them include a lot of fraternities and sororities. But there's also Model UN, flag football, poker, etc.
What you'll see throughout all the colleges is that there's a couple categories. Categories often include Greek fraternities or sororities, academic clubs like Model UN, speech and debate, that kind of thing. You'll have athletics, flag football, tennis, tug of war, as you can see in the picture, and then other, and those are often like games. Like sometimes there's like Game of Thrones Club, poker, such like that. So now we're going to explore mechanical engineering, which is our topic at U of A. And undergraduate and graduate programs are available. So it's not just undergraduate. So we're going to take two different job examples, and we're going to compare bachelor's versus master's degree and where you can get them. So bachelor's degree, I searched in Reiner's aluminum, and they make windows, doors out of aluminum. They're basically trying to go green, so make the planet safer. And 50,000 to 65,000 per year. And this doesn't seem like a lot, but a lot of the engineering jobs require years of experience. And so this kind of job with a bachelor's degree is one of those jobs that you get so you can get experience, so then you can get on to the higher level jobs. With a master's degree, you can work at Middle River, and it's a medical practice, and you could be the lead mechanical engineer, and that's a way higher salary of $97,000 to $222,000 per year.
Okay, next is University of Washington, and the tuition costs $38,166, and there's the room and board fees separately, but that's just for the tuition. And then for financial aid, there's academic scholarships, and you can get 200 million in grants. And then a round trip by plane is $87, and this is obviously lower due to COVID-19. So when you're actually in college, it's going to be a lot more. And then course recognition and acceptance rates. They do accept dual enrollment credits, AP and IB credits. They're all accepted, and it has a 48.7% acceptance rating, so it's a little more than MIT and Berkeley. And then their admission requirements are 3.8 GPA average and a high school diploma, and IB and AP courses are strongly advised. And for your high school diploma, you'll still need the courses that we mentioned before.
And just because it's not as clear, the 200 million in grants is throughout the whole school, so it's going to be dispersed across like the whole students section. All right, so now we're going to go on to essay questions, and this is similar to MIT and Berkeley, those schools, where it's about talking about your life and your community. So we can read the first essay question. Tell me a story from your life describing an experience that either demonstrates your character or helps to shape it. So big on character, as all colleges are.
And then next is the University of Washington, more about it. It's situated in Seattle, which is, again, another combination of rural and urban. So you'll have a little bit of both. And then some of the extracurricular activities include rock climbing, kayaking, swimming, and bowling alleys. So there's a lot of sports for you to do, I guess, if you're an outdoorsy person, and Stugo, obviously, and thousands more. And then some of the natural beauty of Seattle includes lakes and mountainous regions.
Now we're going to move on to the University of Michigan. And again, we're going to have to start with the academic stuff. So tuition and costs. So if you're out of state, it's $51,200. And that is a ton of money. And it doesn't say on the slide, but if you're in state, it's around $17,000. So that just shows the great disparity between out of state and in state. Room and board is $11,534. And so combined, including like book prices and other costs, it's going to be close to $65,000. However, you can get financial aid through grants, need-based, like financial slips, loans, and scholarships. And a round trip from Phoenix to Ann Arbor is $222. University of Michigan accepts dual enrollment from everywhere, and IB and AP are all accepted. The acceptance rate, however, is 22.8%. And the things that you're going to need in order to even apply, actually that's not true, but the average GPA, so if you're trying to go to the University of Michigan, the average GPA in the school from high school is 3.8. You're going to have to take that into consideration when applying. But what is required is a high school diploma And as all the other schools, IB and AP are strongly advised.
Okay, here's some of their essay questions. Yes, the essay question slide. Okay, so there's only 3, so we can read over them. So some examples are: some student have a background, identity, interest, or talent that's so meaningful they believe their application would be incomplete without it. If this sounds like you, then please share your story. So again, there's a lot of like personality-based questions. The topic you choose to write about shouldn't, or rather it's advised that it shouldn't be about something you did for school. So if you joined a club that has to do with school and it's only because you want to get into a good college, you're not really passionate about it, don't write about it because they'll probably know. Write about something that you're really passionate about, and you can save all of that stuff for your actual application like we mentioned before.
All right, so now we're gonna get to the really pretty stuff. So it has a massive campus. So as we talked about U of A before, it was about 400 acres. University of Michigan is on a 1,204 acre plot. And this is Ann Arbor, and that's basically like, it's really urban there. However, you're gonna see that if you just take a short drive, you can get into dense forests. So extracurricular activities include musical theater. A lot of the colleges have musical theater, but musical theater is really big in Michigan. There's going to have fitness classes and then all the club sports. And then there's going to be religion and spirituality classes. Not as much classes, but people from various religions can come together and pray together. And the natural beauty, it's got a beautiful downtown area because Ann Arbor is actually a pretty big city and it's close to a lot of other big cities. And there's tons to do downtown, like clubs, you've got cafes, restaurants, and then you've also got the expansive and untouched forest. So if you look at the picture on the right, that just shows its natural beauty. And you can see how there's no footprints in all the leaves, which means that there's a lot that hasn't been tread on. Thank you, guys.
You're excited.
So I think to wrap it all up, mechanical engineering is very prominent in a lot of colleges. And in your essays, you're going to want to talk about character, which means that you're going to want to start building your character and your personality now. Thank you.
Okay.